Hey, what is up, folks? Zerofats here, coming at you on behalf of Adventures on the River, coming at you with another money-making tip here today, folks. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about today. I want to talk to you a little bit about your time. As far as I'm concerned, your time is the most valuable resource. It's the most valuable resource you have. I mean, you can use your mind and you can just create endless amounts of wealth if you play your cards right. I mean, if you choose the right paths and you study the right methods, I mean, you can make a lot of money. But one thing that makes us all equal is we all have the exact same amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. And that's it. And we all have only so much time on this earth. We don't know how long that is. But time is our most valuable resource. Imagine something that you can use, you can do whatever you want with it, and you have no idea how much of it you actually have. It's an unknown variable, and it's super, super, super valuable. More valuable than a lot of people realize. Your time is valuable. What does all that have to do with making money? Okay, well, what it has to do with making money is this. There's a lot of ways you can make a little bit of money on the internet, okay? Whether it be affiliate marketing, whether it be, selling physical product on Amazon, whether it be shooting YouTube videos like this right here, whether it be selling on eBay, whether it be Facebook marketing. There's a lot. It's countless. It's endless. Whether it be selling digital product, ebooks, programs, all kinds of things you can do to make money on the internet. And here's what I've found. It's very easy to make a little bit of money, okay? And then you start kind of figuring out, man, I got to put a whole lot of energy into this to make just a little bit of money. Just to make like a part-time wage, I got to put a huge amount of energy into this. You'll find that with a lot of things, like writing articles for people. Writing articles for people. That's one of those things, like people do that. And it takes a lot of time just to make a little bit of money. A lot of these people on Fiverr.com, for instance, they're making money. They're making $5 every time they do something for somebody. A lot of them haven't really put thought into how long it takes them to do that task. And as a result, it's incredible value for the person getting it for $5. It's not really an incredible business plan for the person making the $5 because what happens is they're making like maybe, if they're lucky, $5 an hour, which it's terrible. So when you're out there pursuing these business ventures, these projects that you're trying to pursue and you're trying to make money independently, think about your time. Think about how much time you're putting into these projects, and it's just a good idea to think about it. One thing I've had success with is these guys right here. Snapbacks, just baseball caps, and by snapback I just mean this little plastic snap in the back. I wanted to show you this one, okay, because this is an old, greasy, nasty snapback. I picked this up at a thrift store for 30 cents, okay. What's its current value right now? In its current condition, probably about 30 cents. Can it be restored? Absolutely, positively. This snapback can be restored to a great condition. I'm going to put another video on the end of this video so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to restore this snapback. We're going to put it up for sale. What's its current value right now? This snapback's probably worth $10 to $15 in good, very good condition, restored to its very, very good, kind of like new condition. It's not going to be quite new, but it's going to be in very, very good condition when we're done with it. So when we restore this snapback, it's probably going to be worth $10 to $15 on the Amazon marketplace. Okay, is it a long tail sale? Well, I wouldn't say too long tail because it's an NFL team. This is San Francisco 49ers. This is a vintage hat. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's going to be too long tail of a sale. It just depends on how well it comes out when we restore it. But it's not really about the hat and what it's worth. Yeah, I put 30 cents into this. Yeah, I'm probably going to make about 15 bucks off of it. But how much time is it going to take me to get this to a product that I can sell and then sell it? That's the key. How much time am I going to waste on this? See, you can make money picking up snapbacks at thrift stores for 30 cents a piece, but how long do you want to spend on them cleaning them and restoring them and getting them in a position where you can sell them? Would it be easier just to order a bunch of them wholesale? You know, things you got to think about. Think about your time. So let me call this the end of this clip. I want to move on to the next clip where we show this one cleaned off. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey, what is up, guys? Okay, second part of this video, real quick. So here we are, a couple days later. This is the snapback I just showed you. As you can see, I have restored it somewhat to its former glory. It's a lot cleaner than it was. And I probably increased the value of this hat. It's probably worth about 10 bucks now. You know, it's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not cool. That you can pick up, you can pick up a hat like this for 30 cents, and it's really beat up, and you can kind of, wash it, restore it, put some starch on it, take the wrinkles out of it, and iron it out, and kind of make it worth something, again. So 30 cents up to 10 bucks. The question is, I mean, is it worth it to you? And only you can answer that, as a seller or as a businessman. Only you can answer, or businesswoman. I'm just saying. I'm using generalities here. But only you can answer that. To me, it's not worth it. I mean, a hat like that, I mean, let's say I get 10 or 15 of them, 30 cents a piece. So I don't have very much invested. There's not very much invested in the hats. But it's my time. It's my time is where I'm losing money on that kind of a situation. My time is, like I told you guys before, time is very valuable. And, with a hat like that, to kind of like restore that, it takes a little bit of time. You gotta wash it, you gotta kind of, it needs to dry, it needs to air dry, and it needs to kind of reshape itself. You gotta put some starch on it. It's basically an overnight process. So then you gotta flatten out the bill with an iron, and you just gotta do things. You have to do things, and I'm not opposed to doing things. But you have to weigh it. You weigh it. Like, is that worth, how much money I'm making off of it? How much time did I put into that hat? How much money will I gain off of it? I mean, if you figure, I mean, it sets overnight, but you can set a bunch of them up overnight, but you got some time in it. You're going to have some time and some starch. You're going to have some cost and some starch, some cost and some detergent. Some cost and some stain remover. You're going to have some time put into it is the big one. Time is the big one, without a doubt. Those other things can be worked around, but your time it's so valuable. So you get to this point where you got to ask yourself, okay, how many of those can I do? Let's say I put 30 cents into it. I get my stain remover, I get my detergent, I get my starch. Let's say altogether on one hat you got another 25 to 50 cents in cost. Probably like 25 cents in cost for those supplies on that hat. Because you can do more than one hat with those supplies. So now you got 30 cents for the hat plus 25 cents for the cost of supply, and then then you got cost of shipping. Cost of shipping it's not too big of a deal. I mean, you'll lose a few dollars on that. Hats are so light, so that's the beauty of hats. They're light. But what's not light and what is not cheap is your time. Restoring the hat takes time, and that's what I'm trying to point out to you guys. Restoring the hat takes too much time for me, for someone like me. I mean, I don't want to spend that much time. I want to spend my time finding more product to make more money. You know, because you do the math in your head. How much money can I actually make off of a business model like this, where I go out to thrift stores, or I go out to, you know, Craigslist, and I go out and find all these hats, and I spend all this time restoring them. I'm constantly shipping them out. You know, or even Amazon FBA, sending them out to Amazon FBA in boxes full of them, and you know, that's a little bit better of a business model. But still, man, the time you spend restoring the hats, it's so much time. It'd almost be better to spend a little bit extra money and just to buy the hats new wholesale and then go from there. I mean, that's what I was trying to point to you guys. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. You really got to think about the time you invest in your projects. You know, like Fiverr. That we gave that example a little bit ago. Fiverr. You know, Fiverr's a great thing to explain this, because if you go to like Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and you check out some of the gigs that people are offering for $5, and you think about a $5 gig. I mean, how much time do you want to spend on something that you're only going to get paid $5 for? Well, me personally, I want to make at least $20 an hour. I mean, personally, that means I'm going to give you 15 minutes of my time. So on a situation like that, you know, 5 times 4 is 20. I mean, you're only going to get 15 minutes. If I can't fit that gig into 15 minutes, then I'm not making $20 an hour, and I'm not meeting my goal. So in a situation like Fiverr, you know, you want to make sure you're squeezing, you know what I'm saying? It's about time. How much are you making versus how much time you're spending on the project? It's important that you guys think about stuff like that, because when you're trying to make money on the internet, there's so many things out there that can pay you a little bit of money, but you're being undervalued. They're stealing tons of your time, and you're basically working for $3 an hour. I mean, it's not good. It's not good at all. So, think about it. I mean, just think about it, you know, and I don't want to ramble on here, but I wanted to show you the hat thing as an example of something that looks awesome, like you can make great money off of it. Wow, I bought this hat for 30 cents. It was beat up. Nobody wanted it. I just turned it into $10. Sweet. It looks sweet on the surface, but what a lot of people don't calculate is how much time they spend on something. And with this hat thing, that's a situation, it's a sinkhole for your time. You're going to be spending a lot of time restoring the hats. Not good. You definitely want to watch how much time you're spending on things. I mean, it's okay to spend a lot of time on something as long as you're being paid for your time, you know? You want to make sure your ventures are lucrative, or they will become lucrative. Because I'm not talking about when you spend a bunch of time at the front end. I mean, you could build a website that you plan on making money on, and you spend a lot of time on it at the front end, and you're not making anything. But once you got it set up and things are rolling, now that's where your paycheck comes in. Now you're getting paid for it. So that's what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about. I'm not talking about, you know, all the work at the front end and then letting the dough roll in at the back. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where you're continuously putting a lot of work in, and you're, you know, like with this hat, you're going to make, you know, $10 a hat, okay? Your cost is probably going to be about $3 to $4 a hat when you count shipping and everything else. You got about $3 or $4 in each hat, maybe $2 or $3 in each hat. So you got about a $7 profit revenue on each unit. So is that $7 a unit worth the amount of time that you're spending on each unit? To me, it's not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. At $7 a unit, I should not have to spend any time on that thing. It should just be bam, bam, bam. So, I mean, definitely, I want you guys to get into the mind frame that your time is super valuable. It's super valuable. It's the most valuable resource and commodity that you have. So, and the crazy thing is, when you really start thinking about time, I mean, you don't know how much of it you have. So it's an unmeasurable variable. I mean, honestly, if you only had till next week to live, okay, how valuable would your time be? I mean, it'd be a lot more valuable if you had till like you were 83 to live. What if you have till 83 to live, but you're only going to be in good health until you're 63, and then you're going to get some crazy disease, and you're going to be in bad health for the last 20 years? I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, your time is so valuable, you don't know how much of it you have. So it's so important that you maximize your potential, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to get too wordy or trippy or stupid on you, but I just really want to get across to you that your time is super valuable. You got to be careful with these different ventures. Some of them are just not worth your time. So anyway, is the hat business worth your time? It's worth your time if you love snapbacks. If you love hats and you love fixing them and you love seeing something crappy go to something awesome, then maybe it's worth your time. But is it worth your time as a full-time business where you can put food on the table and support your family? I would say no. I would say it's a nice little supplement, you know, but you want to find something that doesn't take as much of your time and makes you more money. That's my opinion on it. Anyways, this has been kind of a long video. I hope it's been helpful to you guys. If it has, please like, please subscribe. Check out my website, adventuresontheriver.com. I will teach you how to make a full-time income selling on Amazon.com. Hope this video has been helpful to you guys. Zerofats signing out. Peace.